to understand the concept of functional dependency, and by definition you can say y is functionally dependent on x, or you can say x can determine y if for same value of x there is only single value of y. So keep in mind this definition, that for same value of x we should not have more than one value of y. And in this definition, x is called a determinant and y is called dependent. I mean by y is functionally dependent on x. So let's understand this concept with the help of examples. Here you can say id can determine name, so it is yes. So name is functionally dependent on id. Why? Because for same value of id there is only single value of name. Like here value is id 1, so we have a, id 2 we have b, id 3 we have a again, but 3 and 1 are different, not same. So a simple short trick is, if a column has unique values, like this id has unique values, then this column can determine all other columns of that table. So all the columns of this table are functionally dependent on id. So here you can say it is yes. Now let's see, can name determine email? So this is name, this is email. If name is a, then email is x, and just the name, the values in column name are repeating itself, not unique. So here again we have a, but the point to note is that again for a we have the same value of x, that is x, email, that is x. So it means whenever we have a, we have same value of email. So yes, you can say name can determine email. But contrary to this, look at this third example. Email can determine password. It is yes or no. If email is x, password is 1 2. If email is y, password is 2 3. And if email is x, password is 33. So here you can see the conflict, that for here for the when email is x we have password 1 2, but here when email is x, password is 33. So for same value of x there are more than one values of y. If for same value of email there are more than one values of password. So here you can say password is not functionally dependent on email. And now see the next example. Can id determine email? As I told you earlier, that because id column has all the unique values, so id can determine all other columns. So yes, id can determine password as well, yes. And third, can name determine password? Let's check. When name is a, email is x. When name is b, email is y. And when name is a, no sorry, not email, password. When name is a, password is 12. When name is b, password is 23. When name is a again, password is 33. So here is a conflict. For same value of name a, you have two values of password, 12 and 33. So you can say password is not functionally dependent on a. So here the answer is no. So next we see some other definitions of functional dependency. Trivial functional dependency. X determine y is trivial functional dependency if y is subset of x. Means y, either y is same as x or y is subpart of x. So here if you say id can determine itself, id can determine id, that is trivial functional dependency. Or you can say id and name together can determine name. Here you can see that this name is subset of this id and name. So this type of functional dependency is called trivial functional dependency. And non-trivial functional dependency is where there is nothing common between x and y. Or in other words, if the intersection of x and y is null, then the dependency would be called non-trivial functional dependency. Like here, id can determine email and there is nothing common between email and id. So it is Similarly, ID can determine name. So these are examples of non-trivial functional dependencies. And there's also a third definition of functional dependency that is called semi-trivial functional dependency. And in the semi-trivial functional dependencies, that y is not subset of x, but there may be something common between x and y, or in other words, the intersection of x and y is not empty set. So like ID and email together can determine email and name. So email and name are not subset of ID and email, but there is one common attribute between the two composite keys, that is email. So this type of functional dependency is called semi-trivial functional dependency.